The Western Conference this season is going to be a fucking gauntlet. There are so many legitimate playoff teams and contenders that trying to predict the seeding is damn near impossible, but I did my best. I'm going to do my best to give you my 2023 Western Conference predictions in this video. Again, this is my list and my predictions. I could very well be wrong, so please be aware of that. Before we start though, I want to ask you guys to please subscribe to the channel for more NBA content like this. And if you do enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like. It makes a big difference in helping this channel grow, and I would appreciate it. So with that being said, here are my 2023 Western Conference seeding predictions. At the 10th seed and the last play-in team, I have the Portland Trail Blazers. Damian Lillard is healthy and ready to go this year, which is great because I feel like we kind of forgot just how great he is, but this is a completely new roster around him and it's really not that good. I do like the Jeremy Grant addition and I think he can give Lillard some solid help on offense, and he's a really good defender as well. Anthony Simons was really impressive when Lillard was out and he could make that backcourt pretty fun to watch. But other than that, there's really not much on this team that moves the needle. And as great as Dame is, this roster is just not good enough to be seen as a competitive team. Honestly, this team should just tank for Victor Wembanyama, but I think that at best, they're going to be a play-in team. For the 9th seed, I have the Los Angeles Lakers. Oh, the Lakers, such an interesting bunch. This is hard to predict because I can see them being a top 5 team or missing the playoffs entirely, but for now, I still think they'll be a play-in team. Health is so crucial for the success of this team. Can AD actually stay healthy? LeBron is playing amazing 20 years in, but also can he stay healthy? Can Russell Westbrook find a way to turn it around after the disaster last year? There are just so many unknowns with this team that make it hard for me to think that they can be a legit title contender. With LeBron still playing amazing, anything is possible, but this team is still not all that good on paper. At the 8th seed, I have the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is so tough because the T-Wolves to me are a playoff caliber team, but the depth in the West just led to me putting them at 8. I'm really interested in seeing how this Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns duo works on the court. They will be nice defensively, but Gobert's offensive struggles can be a little bit of a problem for them. But also they have Anthony Edwards, who is going to be entering his 3rd season and I think take a big leap and potentially be an all-star. He was awesome in the playoffs last year and he's only going to get better. This team will be better for sure, but how much better? What is their ceiling? Again, I think they are a playoff level team, but with the West so deep, I just think that they end up in the play-in and get their way into the playoffs through there. This was tough to do, but I have the Memphis Grizzlies at the 7th seed. This might be seen as controversial, and honestly, I get it. How is a young team that was the number 2 seed last year going to regress that hard? Look, what happened last year was unreal. They came out of nowhere and Ja Morant had an unbelievable season. All of that is true, but the West got so much better and the Grizzlies didn't do much in the offseason. Now, they have a really good core to build around, but the depth in the East lowers their ceiling because I think there are just more teams that are better. Jaren Jackson Jr. also is going to be missing the start of the season, and there's going to be concerns about this team defensively. I am also kind of worried about Ja Morant and his health with the way that he plays because honestly, it's just not that sustainable, even if it's fun to watch. So yeah, I think they're going to be a tough team to play, but I just don't see them repeating that magic from last year. At the 6th seed, I have the Dallas Mavericks. This team is tough because I'm really not a fan of the roster. Jalen Brunson was pretty good for them last year, and now he's gone. They traded for Christian Wood, who has not been good and also has some attitude issues. Dinwiddie, Finney Smith, and Maxi Kleber are decent pieces, but not anything that scares teams. With that being said, they have Luka Doncic, and I think he will be the MVP this year because this team is not impressive, and he will be the sole reason they even make the playoffs. The reason I'm not as low on the Mavs is just because of Luka and how incredible he is. He's carried this team to multiple playoff appearances already, so who's to say that he can't do it again? Luka is just that special and he will win MVP this year. Book it. The 5th seed for me is the New Orleans Pelicans. I am super high on this team and I know I'm not alone in this. What this team did last season was so impressive and it's not hard to believe that they can build off of it. CJ McCollum was a perfect addition to this team. Brandon Ingram looks like a legit star. He's been one for a while, but still, they have a really good starting lineup and some really good depth too. They have shooters, elite defenders and rebounders, and oh yeah, Zion Williamson is back. And so far in the preseason, he's looked pretty damn good. This team has the potential to be so good, and they can surprise some people this season and finish high in the Western Conference standings. At the 4th seed, I have the Phoenix Suns. They have basically the same team, but that playoff collapse and the offseason drama just gives me bad vibes about this team. They will still be good, but I do think they regress a little bit. They can't be relying on Chris Paul as much with him getting older, but it's tough because of how important he is. Devin Booker needs to be better than what he was at the end of last year. I'm also concerned about DeAndre Ayton this season because not of his talent, but because the situation with him and Monty Williams is really bad, and it could be bad for him, Monty Williams, and the Suns in general. This is a talented team that has some really good pieces, but this dark cloud hanging over the team tells me there's going to be some regression. Don't get it twisted, they'll still be good though. At the 3rd seed, I have the Los Angeles Clippers. This team looks loaded. Kawhi Leonard is back, Paul George is back, and they have the most depth in the league. They are talented from top to bottom and have all the wing depth to give teams hell. They're also coached by one of the best in the game right now, Tyronn Lue. The only concern I have with this team is health. They have shown that they have not been able to stay healthy year round, and that could be a problem for them. But at the moment, they are healthy, and that should terrify the rest of the league. I could see some load management happening this year, but yeah, I think this team is still going to be insanely good. They're going to be a top seed in the West for sure. The 2nd seed is the Golden State Warriors. There's really not a lot to say about this team. They have all the pieces that are destined to make a run to try and repeat. Steph, Clay, and Draymond are still the big three that cannot be denied in terms of their impact. Jordan Poole has emerged as an incredible piece that's going to get a big bag soon. Andrew Wiggins is another guy that's shown great things last year, and he's also looking for a payday. Also, James Wiseman is going to be back, so his fit with these 3 guys is going to be very interesting to watch. The only concern with this team is, will the Draymond Green Jordan Poole situation become a season-long drama? I personally don't think so, but it is possible because, let's be honest, Draymond really fucked up there. But regardless, this team is too good to be ignored, and they're going to be a top team in the West and make a run to try and repeat. And the number 1 seed in the West, I have the Denver Nuggets. I am really excited to watch the Nuggets this year. This team just feels like they have something special. Jokic won back-to-back MVPs and carried this team to the playoffs despite not having 2 of his top guys alongside him. And now Murray and MPJ are back. This team is going to be scary good. They also brought in some solid depth pieces in DeAndre Jordan and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Bruce Brown. So overall, this team is going to make a lot of noise this year. I can see them really having a big time regular season and getting that number 1 seed, which would be incredibly impressive because of the way the West is. And maybe this is just my excitement talking, but I really think the Nuggets are going to be insanely good this season. And that is going to do it for the Western Conference predictions. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like and comment down below your thoughts on the Western Conference. How do you see this conference playing out in terms of the standings? Again, this is just my opinion, so don't go after me too hard. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel for more NBA content like this. Thank you guys as always for your continuous support, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.